single inheritance or multiple inheritance. Then example of single inheritance in UML diagram. One class inherit from another. So there is a class saving and class checking. This is our class account. This is super class parent. As in DFD, you people are creating you people create arrow diagram in downward direction if you inherit something. But in UML diagram, you have to give an upward arrow because this is a generalization symbol. So this is your generalization class, means master class or parent class, and these two are the descendant class. So these are subclasses. So generalization concept is there. So generalization means all the saving account and checking account will have these features, but saving account can have their own feature also, and checking account can have their own feature also. So this is a representation of inheritance in UML diagram. If you show the multiple inheritance in UML diagram, then you have to show like this. A class can inherit from several other classes. So airplane, helicopter, flying things, wolf and horse. These are the subclasses of animal class, definitely. Bird. Bird is inheriting two properties properties from two different classes. So it represents multiple inheritance concept. So bird is a flying thing and it is an animal also. So multiple inheritance can be represented like this. So use multiple inheritance only when needed and always be with caution. So the Java doesn't allow you to create a multiple inheritance because it create a problem also. You can inherit from any class to any class. So it create a problem. That's why in Java doesn't support multiple inheritance unless you will not use the interfaces. Basic objects, the newer object world concentrate on encapsulation, message passing in polymorphism and classes and inheritance. The older structure world concentrated on the sequence selection and iteration. So the procedural languages is always talk about the sequence control selection, as you people use the if else or switch cases, and iteration means that you are using the loops. But the object oriented programming will focus on to the encapsulation, message passing from one class to another class, polymorphism, and classes and inheritance. These are the major features of the object-based class or object-oriented class. Basics of objects, types of objects. Example, number, it is a primitive type. List box, it is a control. Window, it is a graphical user interface. ATM, it is a system. Customer, it is a business. Some more concepts, like suppose if you want to add the behavior of the objects. Number, behavior is addition of two number. Drop down list, its behavior is drop down, means if you will click onto the down arrow of a combo box, then it open a list box. Window, it open or close or minimize or maximize. ATM, its feature is or behavior is to giving cash. Customer, they have a behavior of pay bill. This is not limited, so we cannot say only number can can do the addition. Only drop down list we can have the behavior drop down only. So a behavior can be many. Now another characteristics of object, if we will define number, characteristics is 5, means 5-digit maximum. 99999 means up to 99999 the value can be used. List box, location where list box will be placed. Window, what is the size of the window. ATM, what the amount it can dispense. Customer, what balance they will get after paying the bill. Whatever, you can create a relationship between these two also, but you can have the independently, you can study this. Now what is this? Environmental diagram. So now we are coming on to the case diagram or actor diagram of the UML. So environmental diagram, customer. The customer is always be act as an actor, and all the external entities or all the entities are being used in the form of actor. So this is a UML diagram, actor diagram. If you are creating the actor diagram, then you have to create this type of the symbol for all the external entity or all the entities. Means the definition of noun, as we had discussed, the entity means nothing, it is a noun. A person, a place, a thing. So the customer is a actor. Customer rent a video. So video store information system, it is in the form of circle, or it can be form of oval, it can be in the form of rounded corner, rectangle, and any. So the video store information system where the clerk is acting as an actor. So pay employee, this is another example. Payroll clerk is paying employees. So the clerk is getting paid for by the payroll clerk. So this is an entity, this is an entity, and this is an entity. But we are representing them in the form of human being. So this is an action actors. A picture containing all the important players, actors, includes players both inside and outside of the system. So this is the outside system players, and this is the inside system player. Actors are a critical components. External events are a second critical component. So external events are the events. We are not talking about actors. Events are what? Rent video. This is an event. Pay employees. This is an event. So external events are the second critical component. So we will discuss in later slides. Why it is used? A diagram is needed to show the context or scope of the proposed system, because we know the graphical user interface will definitely gives a good impression in our brain. So that is why we always do the things diagrammatically. That is the only purpose that creating of the data flow diagram, which shows from which place the data is flowing to the which place. So so it is important to use the diagrammatical representation of anything. So we are studying this diagram. A diagram is needed to show the context or scope of the proposed system. At this time, actors and external events are the critical components. It is helpful to include all the participants as well. So you have to create all the participants, you have to include all the participants in the diagram. Creating the diagram, to create an environmental diagram, identify all initiating actors. As I told you, if we will discuss about the DFD, so we have to find, I had already shared a video of creating the context diagram in online software Creately, in which we had discussed a complete case study. I will go with the DFD also, I will create a video for the DFD also. But in that I had already shown you how we have to find the entities from a case study. So in the same manner, if you are using object modeling technique, then you have to find all the actors and all the entities and represent them as an actor. So identify all initiating actors, then identify all the related external event associated with each actor. So you have to find all the actors, like you had find customer. What customer is doing? They're renting a video. So rent video is an event, customer is an actor. So in a case study, you have to find all the actors and the external event. So for creation of the diagram, we have to find this thing. Then third, identify all the participating actors. First, you have to find the external actors and external events. Then you have to find the internal actors as well of the system. So third is identify all the participating actors. These actors may be inside or internal or outside or external to the system. Example of an internal actor is clerk who enters the purchase into the point of sale terminal, clerk who places paper in the printer, accountant who audit reports. So internal actor, these are the example of the actors. Next, creating the diagram. This is an example. First, draw a cloud. So post application, an example for the textbook. Label the system, post application. An example from the textbook, insert the label and the initiating actor. There is a customer. Then customer buy items, post application. An example for the text work, insert and label any internal participating actor. Buy items from whom? Post application means cashier will take the money and give you the items. So creating a diagram, complete diagram is what? Customer buy items, post application to the cashier. Cashier will submit the cash to the manager, or cashier will be managed by a manager. So this all actually creating the diagram. So how we are creating a diagram? Using the internal and external items. So student, it is already 11:38. I know this is a theoretical session. I told you the creation of the diagram, but it is already 11:30. I think the my video is going to be stopped because it doesn't allow us to record more than 30 minutes. So if you people have any problem, then you can call me or you can mail me. Who joined later? I have saved my attendance again, so that if anybody left, I know you people are there, but how many I don't know. So now I am finishing my video, then we will discuss the things later also.